minutes.
All right, guys. Show
Now I'm gonna beat your ass.
I need to see your face a little bit. Get in the frame.
No, I'll move.
Get in the frame, my friend. Get in the frame. There you are.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. You're looking pretty as
I
usual.
love you guys.
I got you. Got your friend.
Gay?
Alrighty, so this is going to be the Game Club meeting for today. It is April 10th, 2018.
God
Prove it.
dang.
This is your host, Sergio.
Shelby over here.
This is Alec.
And this is actually the year 2020.
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is still not here.
Oh, no. Final Fantasy is still getting updates.
Yes.
Just kidding. We'll get there.
Yeah.
So PAX East is going on. Just ended, actually, because it is Tuesday. It just ended this weekend. But some announcements, some big ones. Obviously, I'm sure you guys have heard. If not, Spyro's getting remastered. I'm super stoked. That was my favorite.
Naughty Dog trend.
That was my favorite mascot. So I didn't jump on the Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, I didn't jump on the Crash Bandicoot. Even though I love him, and I may get it for my Switch because it's coming out on Switch. I might get it on my Switch. That's the way to play it. But I really, really love Spyro, mostly because it was the first game my sister was able to game with me, and she loved that game. I sent her the teaser trailer, and she texted me back verbatim. I'm gonna buy the living shit out of that. And that's my sister.
She just buys like 9 copies.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just like that was like got her into
Yeah.
gaming, and she plays Destiny now. Not anymore. She's played Destiny 1. Now I think she plays Battlefront. She picks like one game and like plays
And
it.
just
Plays it pretty hard.
Yeah, commits to it.
Yeah, she even
I get that.
did some cool cosplay for Destiny. Anyways, my sister's tight. Anyways, so I'm really stoked about that. It was like very nostalgic to me. It's definitely maybe Memberries, but I'm definitely gonna jump on that. Another big announcement. Unless you guys want to, how do you guys feel about Spyro?
I was gonna say I only ever played the first Spyro.
Yeah,
I played.
Number
it,
2
so.
was the best.
I played a couple of them. That was one of my favorite games growing up on the PlayStation and PlayStation 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I literally only had one game on the PlayStation 1, and I had one game on PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
So
it definitely.
But it was definitely one of my favorite games playing growing up too.
Yeah.
So.
I know it turned into like that amiibo aspect, like everybody got those
the Toys to Life
Icelanders or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
It turned into that. So
that's the thing is like that wasn't a Spyro game.
Right.
It was a Toys to Life game.
Spyro was a character
with Spyro in it.
Yeah.
That upset me. So I'm really glad we're getting this. I mean, in my opinion, I think it's better than Crash Bandicoot. It's more fun. It's more interesting.
Right.
Crash Bandicoot is very linear. This one is like, it's a little more. I wouldn't consider open world, but it's more like.
It had
in a sense, it's almost more
worlds.
like Donkey Kong World or something like that, where it's like you have to collect a bunch of stuff, and there's missions, but you can go in like a lot of different areas and different worlds and kind of explore. Way more explorative than like something like Crash Bandicoot.
Man, a new Donkey Kong.
It was definitely
game.
funny, ramming and headbutting certain characters.
Yeah, and the enemies were really interesting. A lot
I
of
remember the egg
variations.
snatchers. Those were
Dude,
almost like the best ones.
I hated those things. They're so annoying.
Super stoked. The big one though, we've got more Spider-Man news. September 18th is the release date, I believe.
Yeah,
something like that.
I believe so. Sometime in September. I'm just glad that I finally got a release date for this year.
Yeah, it
so
looks
stoked
great.
for
They
that.
released some more gameplay, like some GIFs, a bunch of random. There's a whole press release.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. It looks kind of like Arkham City, but like Spider-Man. But I don't want to compare it. It's definitely its own thing.
I can't.
I've never played any of the
really,
Batman games, so I can't really compare them.
Oh, you missed out.
I can't really judge it too hard.
But I've seen you play them. They look really dope.
They're dope.
Yeah,
they're dope.
I can't really judge it too hard. Like the Batman games were cool. The story was awesome.
Great.
Gameplay was simplistic as shit though. I will say that.
The Batman games.
I will say that.
Were they more of a stealth game? Stealth action?
First one was.
Yeah.
I'll say there definitely was more, and I think that's a lot of people's favorites for that aspect. And I honestly want to say that was probably my favorite. Arkham City and Arkham Knight are close, tied second for me.
But you can fight like 20 people by literally hitting one button.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all timing.
You're just
okay.
Click, click,
Yeah.
click, click. That's the game.
What they're kind of saying with Spider-Man is it has a similar kind of style.
I hope that it breaks away from that completely though.
They're saying there's way more environmental interactions, so they can really break it away. It's like you can like tie this guy up on this pole. Yeah, exactly. Tie this guy up on this pole, swing this thing into him, swing that thing into him, knock him off, and like catch him right before he falls off the edge. Like there's supposed to be like a lot of environmental interactions, but like hard. Like if you're just, it seems like you also could just mash the X button.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that's not the case. I mean, like as much as I sound like I'm crapping on it now, like I had a lot of fun playing Arkham City and Arkham Knight. I had a lot of fun.
When you get like that 500 hit a combo or whatever, ridiculous, and you're like,
I was like,
I'm so sick. Yeah, dude. I hit the X button 500 times.
But then again, like I said, one thing that I loved about the game was that the story. You had all these homages to all these characters, Calendar Man was a thing in Batman, but and Spider-Man's gonna be super crazy. Like, I love Carnage.
Yeah.
I love Venom. I love Anti-Venom. I'm hoping that they just throw in all these random Easter eggs, bosses. Miles Morales.
Oh, there's definitely Easter eggs. There's definitely Easter eggs.
That's why I love games like that, like Borderlands, for example. Yeah. I won an award for having the most Easter eggs ever. I love Easter eggs, and I'm hoping that Spider-Man will do that with their universe.
Well, they're doing. I know as far as costumes, they released that they're doing a lot of costumes.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man Noir has a costume. A lot of weird deep cuts.
I personally believe Spider-Man is darker than Batman in some aspects. There are a couple comics that I think.
Side stories like Spider-Man Noir, he shoots people in the face.
Yep,
that's pretty dope.
Yep,
that's not really Spider-Man.
2099 is pretty dark too.
Some aspects of it so there's so many universes of Spider-Man. Yeah. So yeah, definitely some of them get really dark, which is cool. I think there's definitely a lot of Easter eggs. There's definitely a lot of fan service.
I want them to do the canon part of Spider-Man where he sells his soul, and he sells his love for Mary Jane, and he sells his firstborn son. And that's canon.
Damn, I don't know that.
He does it. He sells all that to the devil.
Really?
And it's canon. And I'm hoping that they do it.
What? What's that arc? I want to know that. Anyways,
you sure it's not a side story? Anyways,
no,
that's a comic book podcast.
I know, but I'm saying
that's really cool. I didn't know this thing. I'm not a big Spider-Man.
I'm hoping that they do that in the game.
I'm a huge Batman reader.
Throw that in there. I would love to see Miles Morales just something.
I love Miles Morales.
Iron Spider.
Iron Spider is amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
I don't know if they'll do that because we're getting that in Infinity War.
Yeah, no, I was about to say that.
So, just do a costume.
They can still do it.
They may do a costume.
Yeah, I don't know, just something.
There's going to be a lot of costumes.
Yeah,
that was my favorite part about Spider-Man games. Yeah, the costumes. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah. Totally good. Some things that I'm just kind of bugging me, but at the same time aren't is I don't really care about the story too much.
Right.
I kind of just want to swing around.
Dude,
New York City.
I just want to be Spider-Man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it's
I love comic book games just because I like all the homages.
Yeah, and it's just I just want as much as I'm a huge hardcore Batman fan, I have a decent comic collection. The stories are cool and they were interesting, but I mean Arkham Knight was I didn't care. It was just a fun game, and that's kind of I think is a
fun game, fun story.
Exactly,
kept me sucked in.
I think that's how I'm going to try to approach Spider-Man. I don't want to expect too much from the story, and I think because then
I want to expect a lot.
If you're a hardcore Spider-Man fan, you may get burned a little bit on the story.
I disagree.
I'm not sure though. That's just my feeling towards it.
But I mean, if you're just solely focused on that story aspect, and you're just I can legit be a Spider-Man. This is what a Spider-Man game.
That's the best thing. Yeah.
Or you play Spider-Man 2 and you're a pizza delivery guy. You're catching balloons for people. Or
yeah, I mean, those were cool games at the time. Yeah, those were fun.
Running people to the paramedics, and you're doing 50,000 flips.
Compared to the first Spider-Man games where you didn't even swing off of buildings, you were just flying, you're swinging in the air, and now
doing a full sprint up a skyscraper.
Yeah, now the gameplay looks crazy.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
Either way, I'm super excited.
Those are super early.
I'm trying not.
I'm pre-ordering.
I'm just not trying to get my hopes up too heavy for story mode.
I'm not pre-ordering now.
I just want to swing around New York City and just kick guys in the face and just have a good time. That's what it seems like. It seems like an amazing time.
Yeah, that's what I can't wait to.
Seems like a great
is the
time.
City, because the cities in Spider-Man 2 and 3.
That's the best part. Is just swinging around New York City, the feeling of just being Spider-Man.
Can you imagine him being Spider-Man but living in the desert?
You can't.
No.
He'd have to be a burrowing spider.
Yeah, he'd be like cool.
Trapdoor spider.
I got these powers, but I can't do anything.
That would be Spider-Man. He'd just be. I feel like there's a Family Guy sketch about that already.
Yeah.
About burrowing Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's I got these powers, but I can't do anything. One thing I would like to address though is because as I said before, I love comic book video games. I love those. How come they haven't done a Superman one?
They have done Superman
video games. It's too hard. They're very old.
They did, but they suck.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm saying how come they don't do it in the same quality as they attack
Spider-Man
with Batman?
Superman's invincible.
Yeah, right. Okay, so that's the issue with
because he can just fly at light speed and just punch someone in the face, and the game the game's over.
Yeah.
The only way he'd be applicable is in those DC Marvel versus DC universe.
But even then, it's just like to do that combat is so like intense. Like it's like
he can travel like Mach 10.
The only game he works in is a fighting game.
Exactly.
Like
I love Superman. He's one of my favorite superheroes. But like,
oh no, Ra's al Ghul is at it again. Superman just flies across into the desert
and just punches him in the
face, and then the game's over.
Just obliterates him.
Like, I just imagine him just like flying over there, and he just looks at him. He just tells him no, and then just flies back. like so because that would scare me.
And that's why
I'm going to destroy the world. He just flies.
It's hard for me to read Superman comics. Unless you read like Justice League, but to read Superman was always hard for me.
Same here because
I grew up watching Smallville. That's why
I love Justice League comics. I love when he's a part of the Justice League. Makes sense. But when you try to read even All Star Superman was written by Grant Morrison, which is one of my favorite authors. I was like, meh.
I just couldn't read it because like the only way that his character would like snap or was weak was he was emotionally susceptible, and putting that in a video game is just like.
Red Kryptonite Superman was pretty dope, though. He would do stuff that normal Superman would do.
Stay tuned for the comic podcast coming up next. No, it's not.
I don't think we can manage that.
So I think we're all stoked. Yeah, we can. For Spider-Man, that's the biggest thing. I don't see anything too big from PAX East besides a little something that Shelby has a very strong opinion on. Is Final Fantasy 15.
I have a strong opinion on it because I waited for it for 10 years back when it was named Versus.
I'm not saying it's a problem. I have a strong opinion.
And I got it, and I paid $90 for it, and I beat it, and it was amazing. I'm not complaining, but it's not how you do games.
So to finish, why Shelby's upset, which is 100% respectable, is Final Fantasy 15. It's
outsourcing itself
basically
like, way too much.
I'm trying to finish my sentence. Let me finish.
You're taking too long.
The DLC got announced all the way through 2019, if that makes sense. They're going to be releasing DLC all the way through fall of 2019. That means paid money, gameplay, stories through 2019. When did this game come out?
The game came out 2 years ago?
That's insane.
Yeah, 2016.
That's crazy. Is it a good thing for some people, or is it all just bad? I'm confused.
My problem with the game doing this is that it took. If this is the last DLC, it just means that it took 3 years for the game to be done, for the game to be complete, and that's kind of an issue.
How much are the DLCs?
It all depends if they keep with the same price, because initially each episodic DLC, because there was more DLC that came out after the episodes. Every single episode per character was $5, $4.99.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but there are 4 characters, so keep in mind this stuff adds up.
$20.
Initially, there are 4 characters.
$20.
But then there's the multiplayer DLC, which is another $29.99.
Ooh, that's rough.
Right? The multiplayer. If you want to play with your friends, guess what? $29.99.
Not worth
it. Or it was $19.99.
I'm already deeming it not worth it.
And then if you got the season pass though, you pay for everything $25.
That's not bad,
right? You should have just done that.
That's good,
right?
All 4 characters.
So it's not all that bad. But now there are an additional 4 episodes. If they keep every episode being $5, then that's another $20. So I don't it just keeps adding up more and more.
It's right on the edge of being completely unacceptable, and also but if you're really into the lore and you have a little pocket change, and this is one of your only games you have, and you don't have a Monster Hunter, you don't have a Destiny, and you just want the rest of the story, I mean, I get it. But from a person that doesn't like buying DLC, who would just buy the base game, am I able to experience the game to its fullest extent with just buying the base game?
No.
And that's not
at all. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah. It's no, you're not. There's one of the major things in the game, in the very beginning of the game, is that you are a prince. Your dad dies. Guess what? You got to be king. So now the game is about your journey becoming the king. How does the king die? Guess what? You don't get to see that. Literally what happens is that you go to this hotel, the very beginning of the game, first hour, go to a hotel, wake up, get a newspaper, your dad's dead. Bam. That's it. If you want to know how the king dies, you got to watch a movie. There's a whole movie set on that. So the game already, the Final Fantasy 15 already told you, guess what? You got to pay another $10 or so to get the full story. Because I assume the King's Glaive, the movie, was probably $10 or $20.
You just watch it on YouTube.
No, initially, no. They blocked it.
Yeah.
Just Persona 5 was blocked for 8 months
streaming.
Yeah, it was gone. They blocked it. So you could go to the movie theater, which is like $14 now because, oh my God, movie theater tickets are so expensive. So they did that. They made a bit of money. And then there was also the free 5 episodes per character on YouTube. But they also made money through advertisements and stuff like that. And then the DLC came out. Then you got more story. You got to fill in little tiny gaps of what happened to these characters. And then the DLC came out where it was just like, hey, guess what? There's multiplayer. So there's a time frame where something happens, and there's just like a large gap of absence, and this is what's happening in between. It's just, there are so many outlets for the story to be complete. It's not how you properly tell a story.
And that's what I think it would be acceptable if you can get like I haven't played Final Fantasy 15, so excuse me if I'm wrong. Yeah. If someone has a different opinion, tweet at me, tell me I'm fucking wrong. Do it. But my problem with something like that is like if you can't get the full experience by paying $60, I don't think that's fair.
I paid $90.
Yeah, and by paying $90, I don't think that's fair. Like I don't think these should.
There are people who paid $290.
That's how much I paid for the new Wolfenstein game. And 90? Like I only went back to play the first DLC episode, and then it wasn't even that great.
Yeah, so I beat the game.
You got everything you wanted out of it for $60.
Yeah,
and that's how it should be.
I didn't.
And if like yeah exactly like if you end a game for $60 and then you're like, oh man, I kind of have to play the DLC.
Yeah,
that's a problem. That's a problem we're experiencing right now. That's how I felt with when I finished Destiny. Totally different game, but definitely I finished Destiny and I was like, oh, I'm locked out of a Nightfall Strikes. That sucks.
Gotta get the DLC to get the
whole. Yeah, gotta get the DLC. Experience. Like, it's a little different when a game's service. We have already beat that to a dead horse, but when it comes to a single player game, that's surprising.
Yeah,
like, that's crazy.
And single player games carry themselves through the story most of the time, especially JRPGs. And this was considered like borderline JRPG open world lifestyle, and like there were just so many things that just made this game incomplete. And then eventually they made it to where you could switch characters, which came out like over half a year. And I was like, why wasn't this in the initial release? Like, there's so many questions. Like, every time that the game came out with, like, something new was... that question just kept coming up. Every time something new, every time there's new DLC, why wasn't this here initial release? Why wasn't this here now? Why didn't they just come out with this in the beginning? Like, why are they doing this now, later, in like, after a year or two the game's been released?
Yeah.
They had a time frame.
No, they had 10 years. They had years... So,
I don't know Final Fantasy, so...
Yeah, they had 10 years to make this game. Nier Automata took 4 years. Beautiful game, beautiful, complete story. There's nothing I want from that game. Nothing else whatsoever. Done. 4 years. Final Fantasy 15 took 10 years. They switched directors midway through. Actually, not even midway through. The first 3 or 4 years they switched directors. They went to Hajime Tabata. Hajime Tabata is the guy who does Kingdom Hearts 3, and Final Fantasy 15 felt like a startup project for Kingdom Hearts 3 in a way, because they switched from their original story, the original feel, and now it feels like, hey, guess what? We're all bros, we're buddies, friendship through and through. And what is that? That is Kingdom Hearts. So a lot of people feel like that this was just his way of like exploiting all the bugs or all the mechanics and stuff like that. And a lot of the stuff that we see in Final Fantasy 15 in the trailer, like especially,
kind of similar.
Looks similar to the Kingdom Hearts trailers.
That's interesting. So,
yeah, that's one of my main issues too. But we've talked about this in the past. Like, is this a positive route to go, or is it negative?
It's all comparison because, like a point I brought to you when we were streaming is when you compare it to a game like Final Fantasy VI, which is like one of the most favorited Final Fantasy games. You play as multiple characters, you get all their stories and stuff like that
for free. For
the cost of the game, which was like $50 back then.
No, actually, $39.99.
$39.99, $40.
Yeah. That was a lot back then, though.
When you pay $60 nowadays, now there's a lot in between there, and I'll get to there. When you pay $60 nowadays, do you get as much content as you got back then? Is there as much playtime? Is there as much as, like, let's just say
we're speaking strictly Final Fantasy.
Raw content, Final Fantasy.
Strictly Final Fantasy, because I'm not going to be like Nier Automata.
No. We're just strictly going
Final Fantasy.
Is there as much raw content for $60 as there was $40 back then? One of the most beloved Final Fantasy games.
In comparison, because Final Fantasy 6 is actually like one of my favorite Final Fantasy titles.
It's one of the best.
Palazzo is dope. One of the best villains of all time. But as far as story goes, I would say the amount of hours I put
hours,
in.
Just saying hours.
The amount of hours I put. Well, that's a different thing too, because you can spend a lot of hours doing nothing.
True.
Making zero progress, and just like this just goes into repetition, and then you're not. It's not fun.
Yeah, you're right.
But you could spend a short amount of time doing this, and then you're consumed in the story. And the next thing you know, like 10 hours went by, and you're just like, shit, I'm late for work.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say for Final Fantasy VI, I love that game. I love the story. Yeah, I would say it's totally worth it. I paid $40, for example.
Yeah.
Got it, played it, beat it from point A to point C, and I did everything that I could, all the side story crap, yada yada yada. Did not have to do the side story crap.
Yeah.
But I did it. Final Fantasy 15. I did the same thing. Played it from point A, point B, point C. I haven't gotten to point D yet because it doesn't exist until 2019.
Yeah.
But again, I paid the full initial price. I even paid more. I paid an unnecessary amount because I wanted to support this title.
Yeah.
But I still needed more. I did not feel.
See, that's
content.
the problem. So after 6, you didn't feel like you needed more.
Yeah, no, I got
that's
answers.
kind of what I'm saying. Yeah. Like comparison is it's but it's so hard. Like I'm I always play devil's advocate, especially from a developer standpoint. Like when you look at when I'm sure if you compare the team size from Final Fantasy 6 to Final Fantasy 15, vastly different.
Yeah.
The amount of people that are involved in Final Fantasy 15 with concept art and doing backgrounds and doing 3D modeling, and the team that actually develops the base game. Well, in Final Fantasy 6, I'm sure it was a smaller team. I'm not saying it's a small team, but a smaller team that was a guy. Like one guy can develop like all the backgrounds. Why in Final Fantasy, there's iterations of Final Fantasy 15. You have concept art, then it goes to like the basic 3D modeling, and then like there's layers of everything. So like the cost of making a game that is as complete as the $40 one is exponentially grown. And yeah, there's a $20 price difference, but in this day and age, it seems like
it's more than just $20.
Yeah, I know, but and exactly, you're right.
Yeah.
And in this day and age, it's like that's the trend. And is it greed? Is it necessity? Because I don't want to pay developers minimum wage. Yeah. Developers need and concept artists need to make more money.
A lot of rumors are going around saying that they lost a lot of money in the amount of time that they wasted.
Yeah.
A keyword wasted on this game. Because it shouldn't have taken 10 years for this game to come out. But it did.
It shouldn't have, but it did.
It shouldn't have, but it did. So it took 10 years, but because of that, like, it involves, like, cost of labor, all the technology that they were trying to experiment with, all these new programs, yada, yada, yada. But that's why they're milking it so hard. There's a Final Fantasy mobile game that you can download now onto your phone. Square Enix, sponsor me.
As you're hating on them.
Yeah. Called Final Fantasy 15 Piclogia. You can play the first chapter for free, and it's basically like a dumbed down version of Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, it's not short. It's just dumbed down. Okay. Like you just tap to. It's the full story. It's nice. Actually the full story. And if you want additional chapters, you pay like I think $10 per chapter, and there are 15 chapters in Final Fantasy. Therefore, that's like $100-something.
Oh my god,
that's a lot.
Right?
I was about to say, I feel like that's going to be a lot of money.
Really?
But there are like, believe it or not, the game has sold like a lot for phones.
In the end, like as much as I like to play devil's advocate, I understand the developers need to make money.
But that's a joke, right?
No, that's where I'm going. It's disgusting. And as much as I like to play both sides, and I understand the other side, like
yeah. They gotta make money.
It's disgusting, and business is capitalism. So when even Square Enix, which makes amazing games, is a business. So when they see the trend going in this direction, why would they release a full game for $60? Why would they release it? Why?
And then on top of that,
because they know people are going to pay for it, and they know people are going to want everything. There's a kid in every state, at least one, that's going to pay the $500 for that. I don't know how much it is by the end of this game.
But then like it's not even just that. Happen. Like they came out with initially they were going to come out with like the Prompto VR thing where you could play as Prompto and you could like shoot and turn the game into a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
They canceled that, and instead they came out with the VR fishing game for Final Fantasy 15.
The VR fishing game.
The Big Catch. Why?
It's just a milk.
Why?
Milky.
At first off, VR was failing. So why come out with this game?
It's gross. It's gross. As much as I
they hopped on the bandwagon. Like literally what I've noticed is that they're hopping on every single thing that they can do because they've also they've promoted Noctis on other things as well. Noctis is in Tekken. If I don't know if you guys saw that.
That's normal. Come on, that's normal.
It's not.
That's normal.
No, it's not.
Okay. Keep going.
Yeah, because it's not at all.
Okay.
Like Soul Calibur is like notoriously known to promote like third party members, so it would make more sense if like especially like in a fantasy aspect. Like, yeah, so you throw Noctis in there with a bunch of people who already have like demon magical sword and stuff. So you throw in this guy who can teleport and throw a sword.
All right, we're getting sidetracked on
the main point. But I'm saying it's not normal. This is me defending my point.
No,
right?
I'm letting you just keep going. You're going with your point.
But it's just like
it's gross.
Like they hopped on the fighting game bandwagon. They hopped on the VR. And now they're probably they hopped on mobile. Yeah, they hopped on mobile for the Piclogia thing. And it's a matter of time before they hop on a music game. Because
Final Fantasy Dance Revolution, like, brother.
I'm serious, because they also have another mobile game that came out alongside the Final Fantasy 15 thing. The characters play a mobile game on their phone called King's Tale.
Sure.
You can download that game right now on your phone. Square Enix sponsor me.
Shelby's like low key, like riding hard for Square Enix, but also just talking mad trash.
Yeah, and. There's another game that came out that they actually canceled because not a lot of people downloaded it, and the game was actually pretty dumb. Square Enix sponsor me.
Square Enix sponsor me.
Yeah.
Game sucks. Sponsor me.
I downloaded it and I played it. It was like this weird little pinball game or whatever.
And it's all based around Final Fantasy 15?
Yeah, it was all based around the characters play this game and they're talking about it. And then there's like, oh man, it's like, oh, did you get this character? They're like, oh man, like the bomb is my favorite, blah blah blah. He's like, oh, I love Red Bomb and all that stuff. Okay. So I was like, this game can't be that good. so I downloaded it.
Yeah.
And I played it.
Of course.
And I was right. I was like, this game is not that good. And then
you know what Final Fantasy DLC going into 2019 makes me think? Kingdom Hearts is going to get pushed to 2019. Because why?
Kingdom Hearts.
You don't think? You think it's coming out this year?
Oh, no, I don't. No, I think it's going to get pushed to like 2020.
That's coming into our E3 predictions for tonight. Yes. So we're actually going to talk about E3 predictions right now.
There's going to be no Kingdom Hearts gameplay.
No, none. That's your prediction. Oh my god, it's so dark. Why?
Because it didn't happen last time.
You're so awful.
They released it at D. Like,
Shelby's a Debbie Downer, man.
I'm sorry.
Straight Debbie Downer.
Kingdom Hearts isn't coming out.
Even though I don't care about.
I love Kingdom Hearts. I love Kingdom Hearts, but it's not coming out. Before they come out with Kingdom Hearts 3, it's going to be Kingdom Hearts 2.9. No, it was supposed to be released last year.
Yeah.
But it's going to be, before we get Kingdom Hearts 3, it's going to be Kingdom Hearts 2.9. We promise you, or something like that, or Kingdom Hearts 2.9. The promise. It's the promise that the next game is Kingdom Hearts 3.
That's going to be such a big middle finger.
You're straight trolling right now.
Dude, that's going to be such a big middle finger to all fans that it's just going to be a joke and everyone's going to forget about it.
Well, because like Kingdom Hearts 2.8, I believe, was called like the final chapter, and then that's a lie. I'm pretty sure that's a lie.
Okay. Let's do some other predictions. Let's keep you going, bro. You're on one.
Yeah. They're definitely going to show like some gameplay.
We're not playing that video, by the way.
Yeah, they're definitely going to play like some gameplay for like Final Fantasy 15, like all this stuff. Like there's actually already a lot of art out right now for the 2019 DLC. And I'm like, if they have all this, how come it's just not here already? But again, they're milking it. Shin Megami Tensei. I would like to see
Switch?
Yeah, I would like to see more titles and stuff
Jimmy's
like that.
Is wrestled.
I'm definitely wishing for more stuff on the Switch to come out and be like promoted.
Dude. Can we just hit Nintendo hard right now?
Yeah, no, because I wanted to talk about that too.
Let's break it up. The
Nintendo has like 4 games. The Nintendo Switch has like 4 games.
And like 1,000 indie games that are cool.
Indie games and ports. That's it. Like you got Splatoon, Zelda, Mario. Help me.
Splatoon, Mario, Zelda,
and Mario Kart.
Help
All right,
me.
There you go. Yeah, I was like, help me.
I can't help you guys. I'm sorry. I don't have a Nintendo Switch.
And those are the 4 games on the Switch,
and like stuff like Celeste, which isn't a port came out.
No, it's an indie game.
It's an indie game.
Celeste is amazing, by the way.
Yeah, I knew you'd like that.
Yeah,
a lot of great indie games are coming on Switch, which is awesome. But this year, I think they can hit it really hard. Obviously, we've seen a lot of Mario Tennis, but what else are we going to get from Switch?
Bayonetta 3.
Shin Megami Tensei, Bayonetta 3, definitely Bayonetta 3.
I would like another Zelda title.
Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't think it's gonna be E3. I think they're just gonna do like their own thing.
That would make me poop my pants.
It's not gonna be like if we do get another Zelda title, it's not gonna be like Breath of the Wild though. It's gonna be it's gonna be a lot more downscaled.
Okay,
and just like intriguing like that. Because
maybe like a Majora's Mask of Ocarina of Time.
Nah, I'm feeling like it's gonna be like a Link to the Past 2, a Link Between Worlds, but just like something along that scale rather than open world.
Just to go with what's already the status quo, I want more Pokemon. I want to see what that game is.
You're just gonna get Detective Pikachu 2.
No, there's actually some rumors where it's actually like they're probably gonna release a Switch game that is Pokemon this year. That isn't gonna be a main like line Pokemon.
What up?
What up? We got a follow. Thanks for the follow.
You're gonna get Pikmin.
Yeah, Pikmin would be really great. Animal Crossing. We're still waiting for Animal Crossing.
No.
I love that. No. Why do you hate that game?
God dang!
Is it because you're an animal and everyone's an animal, but you guys eat fish?
No,
because that's creepy.
Is this like because we don't need like living simulators right now?
Okay, you don't. I kind of want to play Animal Crossing, sir.
Okay,
excuse you.
It's on the phone for free.
It's not the same. It's not Animal Crossing. It's like a weird phone.
Yeah, I know.
It's a mobile game.
It's a mobile game, but I'm just like you could do that.
No, but what is there anything new you want on Switch? Like anything that hasn't come to Switch yet?
Well, I need the Switch to just be like better online.
Oh yes, okay, so cool. Let's talk about that.
That's also why I feel like Animal Crossing should not be a thing.
Where is my Netflix?
You should be playing online.
Where is my Nintendo Online? It's gonna be. They've already said it's gonna be paid.
I would love to go to like somebody else's town and just like keep digging up all their flowers.
Yeah, exactly.
That they took forever.
That would
to,
be
like,
pretty cool though.
Set out.
That would honestly.
Nintendo has said they're working on it. It's just like it's taking so long for them to release their online like universe. I guess you should call it.
Because they want it to be amazing.
Because it's Nintendo.
Nintendo's always been garbage at like matchmaking Smash Brothers.
And that's the thing is like because
what if they're trying to fix that?
They always try to think outside the box.
They understand that they've heard all those complaints for so many years and just like this time we're seriously going to try to get it right.
Nintendo for me focuses on like the home console. Like it's something that you play at home.
I think you guys are missing it. Nintendo doesn't give a damn what anyone else is doing.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like they focus on their own thing.
They do what they want to do.
Yeah.
It's not like so they're doing they're building an online like community or trying to build on a universe, but they're gonna do it their way. And I think that's a bad way to approach it. I think if it's not broke, don't fix it. Create an online universe, kind of like Xbox, kind of like PlayStation, and just make it easy to connect with people. It's too hard to connect with people on Nintendo right now. Like, yeah, you can use the app, but it's annoying.
Yeah, no.
Where's
totally
my
agree.
Netflix? Where's my virtual console? Like, you can easily just like honestly, I never want Nintendo to copy anybody because I love Nintendo because it's so unique. But just like give me just an Xbox Live for Nintendo, like. It's not that
they were close to doing that too with the Wii.
It doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be that different. And I'm afraid they're gonna do the Nintendo, which I love them for, and it's just they're gonna do some weird ass crap. And I don't know if it's gonna be good. I'm terrified.
Yeah. My whole thing is like Nintendo has always focused on like their home titles.
Yeah.
Like you want to play Metroid, you want to play Mario. Guess what? You're not really playing that online. Like you can play Mario Kart online and just like compete with other people, but you're not really interacting with them to that.
But the Switch is
that
different.
Much of a degree. Like you're not meeting up in a place like, hey, let's go meet up here. Let's go drive our cars here, and then we'll go race there or something like that. No, you just link up, boom, matchmake. There you go. Guess what? You're racing. Same thing with Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
You're in here, like you're waiting. Guess what? You're fighting this person. That's it. It's not like where we play Monster Hunter, we meet up in the gathering hub, we converse about like different hunting styles and stuff like that, and we go out into the world and just say like, hey, I'm fighting this. You want to go fight this with me? Or you want to go hunt this?
But why can't it be like that?
Just because like Nintendo does their own thing, and like there are so many other consoles that are doing that right now. So they're just like,
so what direction are they going to go?
I feel like Nintendo has it in their head. If they're just like, well, if they want to do this, then why don't they just go over there and do that? Like we're going to be over here doing our thing.
But when you have a hit like Super Smash, which is most likely going to be at E3 this year, by the way,
I feel like they're going to release like their basic roster.
Yeah, that's a good segue
one or
to
two
Super
new
Smash.
Characters.
Is when you have a game like Super Smash, like I don't want to connect with you through the Nintendo app. I want to be on my console. I want to hit you up through your friend and be like, "What's up, Shelby? Let's go fight." like it's such a no brainer. Like just make it simple. Like Nintendo, keep it simple. I don't know. We can beat this like through a dead horse. They're gonna do what it doesn't matter what we say.
I mean,
Nintendo's gonna do what they want. So hopefully they announce something, even if it's crappy. I still want to hear about it. Let's see.
I would like to hear. I would like to hear from Nintendo at E3
on their own capabilities, and also Virtual Console. I want to play some Pokemon, or some old school Pokemon, or some old school Zelda.
Virtual Console.
Some Donkey Kong.
Really, like the only virtual thing that I want to experience is like I just want to fight somebody.
Netflix, dog. Where's my
Netflix? Netflix on
virtual Netflix.
Where's my Netflix? There's Hulu. Bullshit. Anyways, we're off Nintendo, right? Unless you got anything else.
Well, I was talking about VR now. Like, hold
on, we'll get to VR.
Okay, whatever.
What do you want from Microsoft?
Yo,
nothing.
You know legit what I want?
I knew you were gonna say that.
Legit what I want is the only thing that I remember from 360 is when you would watch, because you brought up Netflix, is the fact that you can do the party watches. Party watches, yeah, for
on
movies.
Netflix. That was cool.
That was one of the coolest things, and I loved that. And when they took that away, I was like,
that was sad. That's so fun. One person went on Netflix and we just partied and watched it.
Yeah, dude. That was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, I doubt they'll do that just because I think they have to have a deal with Netflix to do something like that.
I think they could do it.
Because you're basically sharing someone's Netflix accounts, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like as long as everybody has Netflix, they could
that
do
makes
it.
sense, yeah. But
that's my only thing.
That's it?
Well, for as far as Microsoft.
Halo?
Dude.
No.
When was the last time any of us?
I don't really want Halo, but I honestly think Microsoft needs hits right now, and I think Halo is a sleeper hit
because I want Titanfall 3.
You're probably not gonna get that.
Oh no, I know, but like
I don't want a new Halo.
But that's probably that could be an Xbox.
You know what I mean?
Because they have for PC.
Yeah, I don't want a new Halo. I just want a new Titanfall.
I don't want a new Halo, but I'm just saying like.
Titanfall's on Xbox.
It was an Xbox One exclusive, and then it came over to play.
I think they just had like exclusive DLC or something like that.
Right. That's what it was.
Yeah. I think they need sleeper hits, and then 343 was talking about Halo 6, and just stopped talking about it.
Yeah, they got silent about it.
I think Microsoft shut them up, and I think they're just gonna go, boom, Halo 6 coming out this fall. Boom.
I don't think they should call it Halo 6 though.
Anyways, I feel
like it's too much.
I think Microsoft is like just been sitting around for 2017 like yeah, you guys are winning. I get it. We're going to work on our whatever stuff.
Well, there has to be another Gears of War movie.
Because they came out, they focused on their Xbox One X. They got that out, and they're going to be like, boom. They're gonna
Stocks and slaps.
They're gonna be like Gears of War 7 or whatever Gears of War is on.
6.
Gears of War 6, Halo 6 sleeper hits, and they're just gonna blow all the people's minds. And I'm gonna be like, I'm not.
I'd buy Gears 6.
I would possibly buy Halo before I buy Gears.
Was it Gears 4?
Either because
it was Gears 4. That's what it was.
I don't own an Xbox.
Yeah. So I'm just saying my predictions. As for sucks. I'm hoping. Obviously, we always hope for like some new IPs. One that I would love to see is CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk game, which I think is going to be at this E3. Also, Below, which is a kind of an indie game that's kind of like Dark Souls, but it's like really online based.
I saw about it.
Below,
I saw some stuff about it.
It's been resurfacing. I resurfaced at PAX. It's been gone for like a year. So Below is probably going to be E3. So.
Right.
Those are like Dead Island.
Dead Island like straight died, bro.
Yeah.
Dead Island died.
I thought they were supposed to release.
I think it's dead.
Yeah.
I think it's dead.
Damn, that sucks.
I think it's consensus is dead.
They talked about it coming back, and then like they came out with not Dead Island, but what was that Mirror's Edge esque?
Yeah.
That thing. They came out with that, and then there's like talk about them doing more DLC for that as well right now.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
But it's different developers, isn't it?
Yeah, no, completely different developers, but it's just like they have.
You don't need to put two of those games out.
Yeah, they have free running, and there's zombies or undead or whatever creatures, and like they come out with Dead Island, which was also planning to do free running, as well as like it was going to be the same game.
You mean Dying Light?
Yeah, Dying Light. Thank you. Sorry. But like,
I played it. I didn't like it.
It was whatever to me.
I heard the consensus is it's whatever.
Yeah. It was whatever to me. But like Dying Light was planning on coming out with more DLC. Now they were going to release more DLC, and like Dead Island was also going to do the exact same thing. It was going to have parkour. It was going to have free running, and open world, a vast, more open area, a little bit more of a townsy area too.
Yeah, and definitely.
Like, it was basically going to be like picture Long Beach.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Because it was supposed to be based in Southern California, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought it was cool just because of the Southern California aspect of it, but I mean,
I never liked Dead Island. It was a little too like clunky and RPG for me. It was like an RPG.
It was way too complicated. Honestly.
Yeah, it was like so clunky. I was just like, this.
It was too easy.
It was just kind of whatever. I was like,
you get your elemental weapon, and then you just take it, and then you throw it, and then there you go, you won. You killed every difficult.
But the second one looked cool. I don't know. To me, the second one looked a little bit cooler.
No, it looked cooler. I remember seeing the trailer a while back.
It's dead for a reason. Okay, I got a question for you guys.
Okay,
where the fuck is Crackdown?
I don't care about Crackdown.
I know, but I think it's interesting, dude. What happened to Crackdown?
Oh, it might come out with this new E3 announcement.
Like we saw E3 last year, silent. And everyone was like, "Oh my god!" They're like, "It's gonna come out this 2017 fall," and everyone's like,
"They said the same thing about Kingdom Hearts 3."
They're like, "No, but Kingdom Hearts 3 looks good." Everyone saw Crackdown 3 and we're like, "Oh my god, it looks so bad." Dude, it looks so bad.
I know, right?
It looked so bad.
But Crackdown was always kind of a joke.
It was.
But no, dude.
Crackdown kind of reminds me of Saints Row, and Saints Row.
Yeah, it looked like a Saints Row.
Saints Row is a joke.
Crackdown came out before Saints Row, though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like Saints Row is a joke, but Saints Row has more titles than Crackdown. And
there's a reason for it.
Yeah, because it was more popular, and then Saints Row got out of hell.
Come on now. Just a quick overview of Crackdown. What Crackdown 3 was supposed to be was all the environment was supposed to be fully destructible.
Yeah,
and like they teased that, and then but at E3 2017, none of that was in there, bro.
Right.
There's none. It was like playing Crackdown 2 again. I was, and even looked
jumping
bad.
On buildings.
It even looked bad.
Yeah,
and I was like, gross.
That was early development.
So I'm just thinking it's interesting. I don't know if I'm thinking Crackdown 3 is going to be at this E3, but I think they're gonna hopefully bring something out that makes me want to play it, because right now I don't even care. I just think it's a crazy possible horror story. A game that never could have been.
But I feel like Crackdown
probably
died, especially because
Terry Crews is in it.
Like I said, there's so many.
You think it's dead?
Well, I think it's dead because maybe Saints Row might be
billions.
A thing.
That's millions, dog.
Maybe Saints Row might be a thing again.
I don't. I think
I wouldn't even.
Dude, like the what was it? Saints Row 3. You got superpowers, and then like
that was. I've never played any
with
of them,
Saints Row. I played the first one, and then I played, and I've seen a lot of gameplay of them. So
Saints Row 3 was basically Crackdown, but better.
Exactly. So Saints Row was like one was GTA clone, but funny. And then 2 just got a little crazier, and then 3 just got like ridiculous.
It was aliens and superpowers, and then there's Saints Row like basically 4, but it's not. Got out of hell, you're in hell, and then you have all these superpowers, and you're just doing like a bunch of dumb stuff. It's just ridiculousness.
And it's like, how much more ridiculous can they get?
Yeah,
because that's what made the series charming. Is like,
it was ridiculous.
Oh, you guys used to be a GTA clone, but now you're just like some other
above
weird,
and beyond.
Yeah, some other.
You're the president.
Yeah, it's weird.
No, you were the president.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
You were the president, and then there was an alien invasion. And you got superpowers.
When are we gonna get another Metal Gear Rising?
Dude, that I remember he teased it like a long time ago.
Let's go to PlayStation. Metal Gear Rising.
I don't know. It was on
Xbox.
It was on Xbox 360.
Yeah. It's not a PlayStation exclusive.
But it's Metal Gear.
I played it first on Xbox. I borrowed it from him on Xbox.
But it's Metal Gear. I'm trying to segue. All right, Jesus, just ruining it.
Yeah, but it's a spinoff. Yeah. Anyways, Metal Gear Rising. Like 2. I remember them talking about this a while back, but it's just the fact that like Kojima left.
I know, but I mean, still they could literally still make that game though.
But is it
going
to be the same style
as Metal Gear Rising?
Did he directly work on it?
No,
he influenced it.
He gave the green light for it, basically.
Yeah,
I was like, it definitely is not a Kojima game.
No, it's not.
No,
at all. But it's still dope.
It doesn't even feel like it. But is it again going to be the same? Like if you get the same people and all, I just want the soundtrack. That's really all I give.
I know that's all you care about.
Oh my god, the soundtrack for Metal Gear Rising
I liked playing as Raiden though. I thought it was cool.
Yeah,
the whole story,
it was awesome.
The whole story was kind of fucking out of this world.
I would love to.
It gets crazy and weird.
I would love because it was like Metal Gear, but Metal Gear meets Devil May Cry, and it was cool.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense why you love it.
Yeah,
plus
but what I
mind control.
Yeah, what I loved about Metal Gear Rising: Vengeance was there were different styles that you could play. You could either play it in stealth, or you could turn the world into your own personal Fruit Ninja.
I felt like it was because you could play in stealth, but it was way harder. It was way harder.
I played,
and they didn't reward you for being in stealthy too.
Yeah, no, I played the game in stealth because I played the Revengeance difficulty, and I beat it. Where basically you get hit once and you almost die.
You pretty much die.
Yeah, if you got hit once in the game, you almost died. Like you were in crit, and if you got hit a second time, it was instant death. So you had to play the game in stealth, and that's how I played it. Took a lot longer, but
unnecessarily longer.
It was awesome. And then
so that's your E3 prediction.
Well, it's not my E3 prediction.
That's just for that game.
It would just be cool to see it come back.
Yeah.
Anything else?
He brought it up, so I was just adding to it.
That's cool.
I say I don't know. I say we see Last of Us 2 gameplay.
Oh, that's a given.
Yeah, Last of Us 2 gameplay. I will say this. It's
gonna be at the end. Last of Us 2.
Yeah, I will say that because it's kind of going back to Final Fantasy, but not Final Fantasy 15. It's actually going to their fighting title, Final Fantasy Dissidia NT. They recently announced that they are having another DLC character, and they said that they are having another roster of DLC characters, all of which have been unannounced. But the game has surprisingly died, and the reason for that was because it came out at the same time as, if you guys remember, Monster Hunter and Dragon Ball FighterZ. So a lot of people were playing for those two games, and then they were just like, I'm gonna wait for Dissidia to get good, and then it didn't
get good.
There were a lot of issues coming initial release. There was no move list for a fighting game. There was no move list. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine playing like Tekken or Dragon Ball FighterZ and you're just like,
or Mortal Kombat?
How do I fight?
How get good?
Yeah.
What do
buttons do? Everything was trial and error at that point. But eventually the game did come out with these updates and all this stuff. And they actually came with that update yesterday, which improved the game in some small way. But I'm hoping for E3 is that they say like, hey, guess what? Dissidia is going to get better, because I actually like the game. I do. It's a weird.
It's definitely not an E3 thing. I would be shocked if that was at E3.
I would like to see it.
It may be like an E3 side story.
The reason why I would like to see it though is because Dissidia NT plays a completely different style from what Dissidia was. It's a completely different game. Like there's no single player aspect at all. Like if you try and play it with the AIs, guess what? Your AIs are literally just going to run around in circles. So you should not play with an AI because they're just going to get themselves killed. And that because you're playing as like a 3-for-all, or a 3-4 free-for-all. Like if you see that there's one character over there just running around in circles, guess what? These other 3 characters that are controlled by real players are going to do. Mm-hmm. They're going to go after that one character that's controlled by an AI and just running around in circles and isn't going to attack anybody. So the game is not fun at that point, right? Because your team automatically loses if you have that one AI. And it's just gross to see that this game came out in such a way, kind of feeling like an incomplete project, and that they strayed away from this thing. I'm hoping that they're like, hey, guess what? Dissidia got good. We got this title. It's single player. The story's actually good, and you got all these characters. Because they actually said that they're gonna re-release all the characters that were previously announced in other Dissidia games. So guess what? There's gonna be like another 12 characters, and I would like to see some sort of homage to that, because they put a lot of money into this game, and this game is very popular in Japan still, but they throw it out overseas, and the sales are dramatically low. So I would like to see Square Enix be like, hey, because Square Enix is going to come out on E3 over something. And I feel like for their official title, not necessarily will it be Kingdom Hearts 3, but because we've already seen a lot of gameplay for that, it's already been teased like crazy. I don't want to see it at E3. If it's there, cool, but I don't want to see it because it's already been teased.
So you think they would go to a game that doesn't sell very well in America and do it at E3?
Because they're trying to promote it. That's what I think.
I think you got wishful thinking on that.
I know. I have wishful thinking, but I mean, it's better than them doing Final Fantasy 15 again.
They're not going to do that. I can guarantee you, Square Enix
is going to do something.
Is going to do Kingdom Hearts 3.
And I feel like I don't want them to though, because they've done Kingdom Hearts 3 enough over the years. The game was announced in 2012.
Look, bro.
The game was announced in 2012. That is disgusting.
They don't care how you feel, because guess what? You're gonna buy that shit anyway.
I am. No, I definitely am gonna buy the game anyways. But I just feel like it's gross to see that they're going. Yeah. That they would do that. That they would tease you again. Just be like, hey, guess what? It's coming. It's
still coming.
It's coming.
Guess what?
It's coming. But guess what? Guess what? 2.9, the promise.
Okay, but
Same thing with Final Fantasy.
That's
7.
an interesting hope. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna see that, but you know what? I will give you. I'll give you $1 if we see that.
I don't want to see titles that have already been announced that we are already anticipating. True. So that we already know that are being.
What do you want from Sony?
From Sony.
Any sequels? Any new things?
I want a better Ratchet and Clank.
Ooh, new Ratchet and Clank. All right. I'm saying Devil May Cry.
A Jak and Daxter.
They said they announced Devil May Cry 5 a while back, but they literally just said the title. Yeah. They said Devil May Cry 5 because they got rid of what was
DMC?
I think DMC. They got rid of like Ninja Studio or something like that. Who worked on that?
It was Team Ninja.
Team Ninja. They got rid of Team Ninja.
Which is a great studio, but
yeah, it's great, but like they completely changed the story. Yeah. So like Capcom took it back over, and then they were just like Devil May Cry 5, and that's it. That's all they.
I think another sleeper. I think may just get teased.
Is that why like
Mass Effect. Maybe not a PlayStation, but maybe an Xbox. I think Mass Effect will get teased.
Mass Effect killed.
I think Ubisoft has not.
EA.
Is that EA?
EA killed Mass Effect.
Yeah, but EA owns Ubisoft.
Yeah, but they killed Mass Effect.
Yeah, no, hold on. But this is what I'm saying is because I think they'll show a teaser, like a little bit of like Mass Effect still exists. Like they'll show like a planet with a spaceship, and it'll just say like Mass Effect, and you'll be like, that's nothing. That means nothing. That means nothing to me. But it just means that you guys still have it in your thought process.
Mass Effect got better.
Yeah. What about that? I think they'll because like it's. I mean that franchise won't die. I don't think that franchise is dead.
I feel like they killed it though. Like because if they came out with this new title that was so bad to the point to where they just canceled all DLC productions. Like they straight up they were just like, yeah, no, we were working on it, but we're not anymore because the game was so bad. And guess what? The game was released for $60. Now we're releasing it for $8.99 because that's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
But games have come back from worse.
No.
I don't think it's that bad.
Prove it. Name a game.
Honestly, here, this is what I'm gonna do. Is $8.99? I'm gonna buy Andromeda. I'm gonna play through it, and I'm gonna tell you how bad it is now. Because on launch it was way worse. Now I hear
it's still pretty bad.
I hear it's bad, but it's not as bad as on launch. Like launch, there was like bugs and issues.
It's still pretty bad.
Really bad issues. But here they fixed a lot of those issues. It's just kind of a boring and lame story.
Yeah, but that's Mass Effect is a story-driven game. You
exactly.
You don't go into Mass Effect and play for like game mechanics.
I don't think they're gonna just slit its throat and just leave it.
I feel like they dropped the ball on that one. Like if they do Mass Effect if they do Mass Effect again,
yeah,
they're gonna have to do exactly what they did with Andromeda and just do a completely different story. They're not gonna be like, oh, here's Shepard again.
I think they'll go back to Shepard. It's the only way to do it.
Because
they already tried that. They gave it to another studio. It was Ubisoft. It was Ubisoft Satellite Studio in Montreal. They gave it to them. They completely botched it. So why not give it back to Ubisoft, the original team, give it back to the original story writer, and have them write another Mass Effect game, Mass Effect 4, because it didn't end. Mass Effect 3 ended with a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
The story's not over. And the fact, I don't think it's going to come out in 2018. I think it's going to come out in 2019. I think 2020, next gen, will get a Mass Effect. So I think this year they maybe just literally a teaser, like nothing else. But that's just my opinion.
We're going to look back on these episodes and just be like, damn.
We're all wrong.
They were right. Nah. 2020 would be like, damn, they were right. But, I mean, you got a point. But at the same time, I also feel like they shouldn't go back to Shepard just because...
It's a cliffhanger. They have to finish it.
Yeah. Yes and no. Like...
It kind of wasn't a cliffhanger, but it was.
He killed himself.
But you had two choices at the end. No,
he died in both choices.
Oh, yeah. But
yeah.
But he came back from... He died in the freaking first one.
And in this one, like, he had to die. That was the point.
I don't know. I think they'll do another one.
Like yeah, he died. Like, but they cloned him.
Yeah.
But in this one, like they didn't clone him. They were just like, yeah, no, we just kind of reanimated your body. But in this one, he like eviscerated himself. In both choices, like he turned himself into ash. But that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't want another Shepard story. I just want another good story. Like it's a big galaxy. They can do whatever they want.
There's so many aliens they can do.
And it's kind of weird that like Mass Effect Andromeda came out and they were only like I think they introduced
so many aliens to bang so little time too.
Yeah, but I feel like in Mass Effect Andromeda they only introduced one new alien race, and it's like, dude, was it 2?
I think it was 2.
It was 2. Okay, well that's not enough.
So many aliens.
It's like,
to bang.
Dude, you got all these galaxies.
So little time,
and there were only 2 new alien races. It's kind of a joke.
Yeah. This is a conversation we could have had last. We had last year. But
it's kind of. You're right. Like, it's a big galaxy. Come on now. I'm not saying that like there's life on every planet because you find that out in like Mass Effect 2.
Honestly, you know what? I just want to bang alien moms all day.
Okay.
I wanna. You know what I legit want? Another Knights of the Old Republic.
Ooh, you hit the nail on the head, dog. Oh.
I don't care about Star Wars.
Oh.
Yeah, but those games are amazing though.
You never played those games?
I played Phantasy Star.
You would have honestly, you would have loved.
If you played KOTOR, you would have loved it.
It was right up your alley.
If you played any of the games that I played, none of you guys would actually like understand what I'm talking about.
Okay.
but at the same time, you still haven't played.
What do you think? You think Monster Hunter is gonna be E3? No.
I feel like they'll announce something just because.
My bad.
Dude, get your leg off me. Dude.
I know, right?
Jesus.
Like
we're on camera.
I know.
Wait, save that for later.
Like I know, Monster Hunter is their initial announcement was that like we're only going to release as much content as we believe as the game's popularity is growing, and 7.5 million copies sold. That guarantees a lot of content.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they expected the game to get this popular.
I told you it was gonna be a sleeper hit. Didn't I say that?
Yeah.
Weeks back, this is a podcast. I was like, people think this game's gonna be big, but I was like, they don't understand how big this game's gonna be.
Yeah. So 7.5 million copies, and of course this was like a month ago, so it's only getting bigger, and people are still buying the game. I don't know why they're buying it so much, but because like I'm imagining like at least one American or like one person per like state has this game or whatever. Like that's what I'm imagining. But it's like, how big were you guys expecting this to get? Because where's our content?
That's another story.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people complaining about the spring event or the spring festival because they were just like, no, it's cool that we're getting like all this stuff. Like they were even complaining about like the Mega Man DLC they were getting on Friday, and on the 27th we're getting the Dante costume or armor set. Actually, my bad, it's not a costume, it's an armor set. But a lot of people were complaining about that because there's like, it's cool that we're getting like all this cosmetic stuff, but like where are the monsters? Where's the stuff that we're trying to kill? Where's the challenge? Because that's really what Monster Hunter is too. Is like if you like I can go out and I can kill a Deviljho like nothing now. I can kill a tempered Deviljho like nothing now because I'm familiar with its movements and I'm familiar with like its interactions. I use flash pods for everything. Guess what? I got a strategy. So if you go out and you kill all these things, you keep repeating a strategy, the game is kind of pointless at this point because there's no challenge. But the more monsters you get, the more interactions. Like the Deviljho is on every single map, and that's what makes the Deviljho such an impressive creature, is that it uses the environment in so many different scenarios, and then you're just like, crap, I have to change my strategy for this. I gotta use a cool drink if I'm fighting in the Eldritch Recess, because guess what? It spits lava at me. I gotta make sure I have null berries, because if it hits me with something in the Rotten Vale, guess what? I'm hit with like the effluvia. So there's a challenge aspect there. Like it's situational. So if you have like at least 5 new creatures and you throw them into the map,
is that gonna be at E3?
I'm hoping for that. But like, if you get like 5 new creatures, throw them into a map, and then they just have like a fight fest, and then you're just like, I don't know how to comprehend this. I don't know which one to attack first. What am I doing? I'm just gonna sit here and just watch this happen. Because I remember we were playing the other night, and there was a turf war, and I legit made my character just sit down, and I was like,
sometimes
I don't want to step
like
out there.
The Bezeljuice and the Deviljho, and you're like, it's a whole lot of nope right in between those two. Yeah, whole lot of nope.
I don't want to step in that, but this is like what a lot of what I'm hearing as I interact with the Monster Hunter community.
You know what I want to see? You want the unlikelies? I'm going to say the unlikelies, but I want to see. I want another 3D Donkey Kong.
Yeah, no, I would love another
Donkey Kong 64.
Donkey Kong 64 HD.
Hey, Diddy Kong Racing.
I don't know about Diddy
That's
Kong
probably
Racing,
not happening.
But that's a great game.
F-Zero, Star Fox. What do you think?
That'd be kind of cool.
Ooh.
F-Zero, I want that arcade game.
Right. What about you guys? Got any unlikelies, like just straight like throwbacks or anything you want to see?
I feel like I said my unlikelies already.
Maybe another Guitar Hero, but I don't think that'll happen.
Another Guitar Hero Rock Band game.
Yeah.
Oh, Rock Band VR. You can see the crowd right in front of you as you rock out, and the girls like take their tops off and throw it at you like you're a real rock star. No, it's stupid. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think that's it for tonight, man. And we're about an hour. Any final thoughts Final E3 thoughts.
That's pretty much it.
No.
E3 this year is going to be good, good, bad.
They might announce another Gears title.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I told you Microsoft's going to announce Gears and Halo 6. That's my prediction for Microsoft. Yeah. They're going to try to hit the same shit.
No, it's one or the other. I feel like because I don't think they can have two very competing titles.
I'm going to say both just to cover my bases.
Yeah, Square Enix is definitely going to hop on that train. Like I said before, like you guys said, you guys are going to see something from Microsoft. Nintendo should be doing something. I would like to see some more stuff about Metroid.
Oh, obviously, the cowboy game, Rockstar.
Oh yeah, Red Dead.
Yeah, Red Dead will be there. Red Dead. Easy. And I remember hearing stuff about Borderlands 3 from back in the day. So I would like to see.
We got a Borderlands 3 announcement.
Yeah, that'd be good. They announced that, or Gearbox announced that they were working on it. So I would like to see something. I would like to just something. Yeah. I don't even care if it's like just the logo. Just show me something. So yeah.
All right, I'm gonna end it because I'm sleepy.
Leapy.
This is the game club meeting for tonight. My name's Sergio.
This is Leapy. I'm Ben your Alec.
And this is Shelby over here.
Bye.